Hello. Miss Sumita is here with a new video for your students. Today, we are going to look at the poem by Sarojini Naidu, who was an Indian poet known as Nightingale of India. Before Lata Mangeshkar, Sarojini Naidu was called Nightingale of India. Her poem, The Bangle Solace, is so Indian which celebrates different stages of womanhood. In this poem, you will find words, images that are used. They are also very Indian. This poem is based on from young childhood to marriage, middle age to her death. Bangle sellers at the heart of the poem. The colors of the bangles connecting into various stages of Indian womanhood. Before we get started this poem, let's read the poem silently for better understanding. Dear students, let's begin our poem. Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining lords to the temple fair. Who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow-tinted colors of light, lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives? Let's analyze the poem. The bangle sellers talk about the workload or the weight of the shining bangles because the bangle sellers know that the temple fair is an easy spot where the women will come to buy their bangles. The sellers enumerate the qualities of their product by using adjectives like delicate, bright, rainbow-tinted colors of light, which means metaphorically the bangles become very symbolic for woman's total lifestyle from birth till end. Bangles are in a sense the symbol of the life of typical Indian woman. The line lustrous tokens of radiant lives shows the Indianness of the poem, where bangles are bought on special occasions and are associated with happiness and prosperity. The sellers are represented in one voice to emphasize that they all have the same goal and purpose. Literary device used in this poem is metaphor. Example of this metaphor in this first stanza is rainbow-tinted circles of light, which means multi-handed bangles. And another example is also used here, that is lustrous tokens of radiant lives. These are compared to the radiant lives of happy daughters and happy wives. Dear students, let's move on to the second stanza of the poem. Some are meet for a maiden's wrist, silver and blue as the mountain mist. Some are flushed like the birds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Some are aglow with a bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. What does the poet say here? Here, the poet describes the bangles of various colors. Some of the bangles are silvery and blue and as misty as mountain mist. They are meant for the virgin, which means for these unmarried girls who is waiting for her married life. Some are pink as buds that bloom on the calm surface of a forest stream. There are also some green colored bangles glowing fresh and pure newborn leaves. This represents the different colored bangles are worn by women in different phases of their lives. Here, the poet says the youthful stage in a woman's life. Some of the bangles glow like newborn leaves owing to the dew and water from the stream. These are the representative of a young girl in her prime. Some are meet or suitable for a maiden's wrist. This can also be taken as an example of alliteration. Silver and blue as the mountain mist is a simile. Some are flushed like the birds that dream on the tranquil brow of a wooden stream. These are examples of imagery. Last line of this stanza represents some of the bangles by comparing them to the transparent glory of the newborn leaves. Dear students, let's move on to the third stanza of this poem. Some are like fields of sunlit corn, made for a bride on a bridal morn. Some like the flame of a marriage fire, or rich with the hue of a heart's desire, tinkling, luminous, tender and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. Let's discuss this stanza. Some bangles are of the color yellow, like sunlit cornfield. The line, some are like fields of sunlit corn, is a simile. The second line represents the happiness of a bride to be on the morn of her wedding. There are bangles which are flame colored, such as red, orange, symbolic of a bride's passion and desire for her husband on a wedding. These bangles are shining or glowing and clear but tender. The tinkling sound they make reminds one of the sounds of a new bride's laughter. These are the colors express both her joy of starting a new life with her husband and the sorrow of leaving her parents behind. What does the poet in the last line of this stanza speak about? He speaks about the words bridal laughter and bridal tear. These words convey the whole of a woman's transition in life from a maiden to a wife, and also the emotions attached with it in a single line. The tinkling of the bangles is compared to a young bride's laughter, and the luminosity, which means the bright of the bangles, is likened to her tears. So it is a simile. Now, dear students, let's move on to the last stanza of the poem. Some are purple and gold flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fair sons on her faithful breast, and serves her household in fruitful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's side. In the final stanza of this poem, the bangle sellers or the speakers continue to advertise the bangles. Some bangles are purple and gold flecked grey, suited for a middle-aged woman who has journeyed through life. In this final stanza, we need to pay attention to the word sons, used to mean offspring. The woman who has seen life as a girl, bride, and now is middle-aged. She has diligently performed her duties as a mother. Purple and gold flecked color is very symbolic. Purple is a color which indicates power, authority, pride, and dignity. Gold flecked grey is more of a sober color which indicates experience and wisdom. The woman wearing purple bangles has gained maturity. These colored bangles represents motherhood. These colors are associated with the feelings of pride and fulfillment in the heart of a mother. The fulfillment mother is that rearing her sons. I hope you all understand this word rearing. Serving her family, being at the side of her husband at religious rituals. She has diligently performed her duties as a mother. The poem, The Bangle Solace, is a celebration of the female life. It shows us the various stages of a woman's life and attempts to represent the Indian culture. Dear students, let's see the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem is that bangles are representative of a woman's life, and each color or type of bangle represents each stage of an Indian woman's life, from young to midlife. It is a celebration of their female form. It also acknowledges the part of bangle sellers in the customs and traditions of India. Now let's look at the rhyming scheme of the poem, The Bangle Sellers. The poem follows. The rhyming scheme is A, A, B, B, C, C. What's the tone of the poem, children? Can anyone tell me? The tone of the poem is joyful and lively. Each stanza has a certain tone. In the first stanza, recalls the cry of bangle sellers who travel on foot to sell their products. Second and third stanzas have a profound sense of happiness and lively energy. The tone of the last stanza is dipped in pride and a sense of fulfillment. With this, I have completed the poem.